Okay, welcome to Six for Dinner. Today I'm going to be cooking spaghetti carbonara, a classic Italian dish. Lots of basic principles around Italian cooking with pasta in this one. Just quickly run through the ingredients. We've got some pancetta, which is Italian smoked bacon. You can use English dry smoked or dry cured smoked bacon if you want, but the Italian stuff really is the best. And you can buy this in a block from your butcher, or you can buy it pre-cut into lardons at good supermarkets like Waitrose. Parmesan cheese, so we're going to use 150 grams for 6 people. Parmesan cheese, got about 50 grams of parmesan which has been grated. That looks like quite a lot, but actually it's only that much, so that's about 40 grams, sorry. Some black peppercorns, about maybe 6 to 8. And then we're going to be using 3 eggs. I like using these blue coloured shells. They're the Cotswold leg bar. Got a lovely deep orange yolk on them. Pasta. I'm always using this blue Pancetta pasta. Fabulous stuff. And some white wine. So that's the ingredients. First job is just to trim the rind off the pancetta, which is this horrible edge there. You don't really want to be having that, so we just cut that off. Although it looks like we've got a lot of fat here, and we do really, we won't be eating most of that because it's going to be rendered off when it cooks. So 2 slices is about 150, and then we'll just cube it up into lardons and just into little slices. So we can get that ready in advance of our guests coming for dinner. And then the other thing to get ready as well is the egg mix. Well, we're going to use 3 eggs, the yolks of 2 and 1 whole egg. Just cut away the whites. You can use them for meringue. So that's your 3 egg yolks. In goes the parmesan. And a little bit of cream. The Italians would frown upon using cream with thing, but I like it. And we don't use much, maybe a tablespoon. And then just mix that up. It goes into like a thick sauce, lovely orange colour. And then we can cling film that and into the fridge. That can be ready before your guests arrive. Off to one side. So that's basically the prep done. Let's get cooking. So the first job, we've got a pan of boiling water, plenty of boiling water, there's a whole kettle there. For about 200 grams of pasta. And about a teaspoon of salt in there. And then we get the pasta in and start the timer. 11 minutes for this pasta. It's marked on the bag as 12 minutes cooked and 10 minutes al dente. So we do it just slightly in between and get that boiling away. Next job, let's add the pancetta. Just a little splash of oil there just to help with the rendering off of this pancetta. And that all goes in on quite a decent sized heat. It's going to take about 8 minutes for that to render down. Now you can see that the fat is already starting to render off, and we're not getting any of that white milky muck that you get on cheap bacon. And that's just a reflection of the fact that it's dry cured and decent quality. So if we look at the pancetta, it's now coming along quite nicely. Starting to crisp up quite well. You can see how much fat's coming off. Don't worry about that, we won't be eating anything like all of that fat. Okay, we've got about 3 minutes left on the timer. I just turned the heat down a little bit on the pancetta because it was doing very quickly. And I'm just going to now just drain off most of the fat. You can see how much fat has come off that. So whereas, you know, when we first got that out of the packet, we were thinking, blimey, that's pretty gross looking bit of bacon, but actually to take off most of that. Now I'm not going to take it all off, we do need some. There's probably a tablespoon left. and then move this carefully to one side. That's nice and hot. And then we've got the ground peppercorns that we did earlier. Just go straight in. There's about 6 to 8 there. I quite often put a bit more in than that. If you're doing it for dinner party, you need to be obviously catering for the average person's tastes, not just your own. That's nice and hot. Get that temperature right up, and then we'll be in with the wine and have a bit of a fire show. Okay, so that's nice and hot. There goes the wine. Quite a bit there. And it did not light. Never mind. That's the alcohol burning off. Make sure you don't splash that all over your hands. And then full heat, reduce that down. And we're looking for this to reduce to basically a nice syrup. Now just a quick few words about the pasta when it comes out. Right? So one of the things the Italians do with pasta that we don't, and they do it right, is they use pasta water in cooking. So we throw our pasta water away, let it sit in the colander, and then add it, and that's fundamentally wrong, right? So what we need to be doing is taking that pasta straight out into the sauce, and then we use the pasta water, which has got all that sort of starch in it, to help you know, bring together a nice glossy sauce. So that's doing quite nice. Getting there. I'm going to add a little bit of butter at this stage, not much. More butter. That's a nice syrupy sauce. And then we're just going to basically get the pasta straight in there. Heat off. And then we want to basically just make sure that's all circled through. Now, as the pasta comes out of the pan, as soon as it comes out of the water, it's still trying to absorb all that, trying to absorb water. It wants to finish cooking. So all of this sauce is going to get absorbed in, and that's why we need to keep on adding the pasta water. And then we add this egg mixture, egg and parmesan. And we want to try and be careful not to overcook this egg mixture. Like. So we want to just basically just stir it through. And it's already got quite a nice liquor on it. Quite a nice sauce on that already, actually. Then we'll just add a spoonful. We've got a nice, lovely sauce there. Good amount of liquid on it. And I think that's ready to serve. Now, depending on how well done your pasta is, it might absorb even more water than that. A little bit more. There we go. So that's everything heat off, ready to serve. So we're just going to plate up now. So we've got our 6 bowls out. These have been warmed. I'm obsessed with warm plates. That stops it getting cold as soon as we start. Get a nice big forkful. Now I'm doing here, the portion sizes I'm doing here are like for a pasta course. And then a little bit of lamb lettuce or rocket or whatever you fancy, just as a bit of a garnish, nothing more. This is very nice with focaccia bread, and which you can also see on my channel. If you like what you've seen, please do click the like button and ask any questions via the comments And also please do subscribe to my channel, Six for Dinner.